Hello YouTube, it's your boy Master Sack from Team Darkside. I'm over here with my three bros, Hero, Chocolate Rain, Voto Osaka on the camera. Say what's up, guys.
What's up?
And we're team. That was Voto Osaka trying to be like cute. We're from Team Darkside, and today I'm coming to you with my version of Monarch stun deck. So let's get straight into it.
Wait, is this for like regular format or Master Rule 4 blah 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 blah?
This is probably gonna be Master Rule 4 revision
Because that's next month.
Yeah, it's gonna be pre Master Rule revision. I'm doing this because one of my subscribers asked for me to bring out this deck for him, so I decided to get it together. And so I will be leaving a link in the description to our Facebook page, so go check that out. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so let's get started. The deck that made, the card that made this deck go back up will be this baby right here. It's Ether, the Heavenly Monarch. She's finally back at 3. At first, I was wondering why people were so hyped up about this. Then I read it, and it's just, I can tell why the deck became broken back before links and shit. So this card basically sends 2 cards from your deck, 2 spells or trap cards from your deck to the graveyard, and it also helps you bring out one of your other boss monsters. Alright, so that's it for that. Then we have its counterpart, 3 of those. This is Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. This is basically the counterpart to the other one. It's one of your second main monster. For those who know, he's basic. What he does is, just by triggering 1, you can bring this one. And it sends 2 monarchs and spell cards also to the graveyard, so it's another tribute. And let's see, after that, this is my own spice. I decided to put this in. Most people go with the golden one. I forgot what his name was, but I decided to go with more of a burn damage type of deck. So I decided to put Caius, the Shadow Monarch. I know I'm going to get a lot of bull for this, but I think since it's a level 6, it's easier to bring out, and that way I can bring out my Heavenly and other stuff easier. And he just deals 1,000 damage and lets me pop stuff on the field. So that's pretty cool. I was thinking whether I should use him or the higher version of him, the one that pops 2 and deals a little bit more damage, but I decided to go with him for now. Then we have our small dogs. We have Aldea, the Heavenly Squire, and we got 3 of her, and we got her counterpart, Eldos, the Underworld Squire. They work together to bring each other out and be able to bring out your bigger dogs. The simple, basic stuff. Next, we got Majesty Fiend. And we got Vanity's Fiend. These are to lock down your opponent. Now, the reason I have two Vanity's Fiend is because it's not searchable, but Majesty Fiend is searchable, so I just have 1. That way I don't run into it and it doesn't get cloggy in my hand. So yeah, that's why I run those. I'll probably mess around with the numbers, see if I should try 2 or 1. But for now, I like how it is right there. Alright, next we're going to go into our spell cards. We got 3 Return of the Monarchs. These allow to add cards to our hand and mess with our decks, which is really cool. And I run 3 of those. I run 3 Tenacity of the Monarchs. 3 Tenacity of the Monarchs. This allows, by revealing a monster in our hand, we're allowed to go into our decks and search for a specific type of monster. That's always really good. That's what makes this deck a little consistent. Then we have our field card, Domain of the True Monarchs. This allows us to lock up our opponent's extra deck, and it prevents them from using it, because, I mean, if we don't have an extra deck, why the hell should we allow them to use it, right? So that's pretty good. Next we have 3, finally it's at 3, the Monarch Stormforce. This right here, this card is by far one of my favorites. Unless you screw with your opponent's field and stuff, and it's just beautiful the fact that we have them all at 3 again. All right. Next we have two Allure of Darkness. We got a couple of dark cards, so I figured throwing two Allure of Darkness to get a little bit draw power in there. I'm still questioning this. All right, so. Next, we have our one-outs. We got Strike of the Monarchs, Pantheons of the Monarchs. Once this card hits 3, it's going to be at full power.
You mean like when the structure deck came out? That's why it got limited.
Yeah, well, when that card hits 3, Monarchs are going to be at full power, guys. So y'all need to stop talking smack about this deck for it to go back to full power. Then we got Reinforcement. We definitely need that. To search for those key cards, and then we got and that's it right there for our spell cards. Next, for our trap cards, we got a small amount number. We got 2 Primal Monarchs, 1 Excavation of the Monarchs, and then just to be able to mess with your opponent's hand and your opponent's deck, I decided to go with Full Force of the Virus and 2 graining grave viruses. Since the deck allows you to search and let your opponent choose a card, what card goes to your hand, you can choose what card to put face down and mess with their field and whatever card they're gonna draw, and also cards in their hand. I was thinking of putting Crush Card Virus, but there's not that many. That way I have all 3 and taking one of these out. But since there's not that many monsters with a low attack that are dark in this deck, I decided to go with this ratio. So I'm testing it out right now. Alright. Alright guys, so I hope y'all enjoyed the deck. I put some thought into it. I didn't want it to be exactly like everybody else's. I mean, not many people are using the virus cards, and people are questioning what card to use, whether they should use this card or the golden one. I decided to go with this one just for that extra damage. You never know. Your opponent might be at that little bit of damage that all you have to deal with them, and they have that one card in the back that they're depending on. This card helps you get rid of that. So
now, I noticed you don't run an extra deck.
Well, yeah, this deck doesn't work with an extra deck because some of the cards in my deck say that if you don't have a card in your extra deck, you can go off on this effect and certain effects like that. So that's why I also have cards like the field card that prevent your opponent from messing with their extra deck. I figured if we don't have an extra deck, why should they? And also, that's why cards like Winter Cherry are good, but not in this deck. See, if you put Winter Cherry in this, that means you have to have an extra deck. And if you have to have an extra deck, that means most of your cards are not going to go off. So whoever thinks that having those cards in this deck is not a good idea. Also, I don't run hand traps in this deck because... no, I got a shitload of hand traps. I got a whole bunch of hand traps. It's just that I just don't want this deck to be like other people's. They just run the basic hand traps and call by the graves. Now I want my cards to go off and just mess with my opponent's field and just completely kill them. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Eastman, this one was for you, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope all you guys enjoyed this deck profile. If you don't want to see any more deck profiles, just let us know. This one's Master Sai and Chocolate Rain, Voto Soccer.
Don't I owe you like 3?
Oh, yeah. We'll be seeing a whole bunch of Voto Soccer's deck profiles coming through. He's been promising me deck profiles, and he's just not coming through with them. Y'all need to spam him on the messages on our channel. Y'all want to see his deck profiles? His deck profiles are probably some of the best that we have on some of the best deck profiles we have on the channel are Voto Soccer. So if y'all want to see more of his deck profiles, just let us know on the channel. And we'll be leaving a link to one of his old deck profiles just so y'all can see his work. This was Master Sai from Team Darkside signing out. Deuce.